Here's how to actually survive a crocodile attack. If you spot a crocodile on land, stay calm and depart the area slowly. If it begins to snap and charge at you, run. Forget the conventional wisdom of running in a zigzag pattern to escape. The quickest way is to run as fast as you can in a straight line. If you are actually attacked by a crocodile, then make sure to gouge at its eyes. Many crocodile attack survivors have reported eye gouging as their salvation. In the unfortunate event you are dragged into the water by one, attack the palatal valve behind the animal's tongue. It will cause water to flow into the crocodile's throat, forcing it to release you. Scientists have found a way to stop rising sea levels before it's too late. Well, kind of. This is a humongous machine designed to refreeze the Arctic. The ship will dive deep down into the ocean like a submarine. It will take in the water, freeze it, and then release it back into the ocean. The ship will do this for a large area until it's completely covered in ice. However, is this a solution or is it simply a distraction so we don't have to change our habits? This is the world's deadliest garden. You're currently looking at something called the poison garden. Every single plant is poisonous and has the ability to kill you. This plant is called giant hogweed and is phototoxic, meaning it will burn your skin and give you severe blisters. And it only takes 4 berries from this plant to be enough to kill a child. But before I tell you the scariest part that might actually affect you, if you want to find out who your celebrity lookalike is, then go here on my profile. Apparently I look like Ninja. Many people will actually have some of these dangerous plants growing in their own gardens and not realize it. Here's the only way to survive a sinking car. Try to remain calm and act quickly. You will have only 30 to 60 seconds before your car sinks below the water and escape becomes nearly impossible. As soon as you hit the water, unbuckle your seatbelt and open the window. Don't try to escape through the door because the pressure from the water will make it nearly impossible. If your window doesn't open, take the headrest and hit the corners of the window. Once there is an escape route available, quickly swim out to the surface and call for help. Here's how wisdom teeth are actually removed. An incision is made with a scalpel blade around the gum margin of the second molar tooth. The gum tissue then peels back to expose the underlying jawbone. The wisdom tooth is then uncovered using a burr and a surgical motor. Sometimes the wisdom tooth is then split in half to enable an easier removal. An instrument called an elevator will then pick out the pieces of tooth. And then the bone is cleaned with water and the gum is stitched back together. Can you pass the healthy eye test? You must pick the 1 out of 10 colors which is different from the rest. Now comment how many you got. Here's how to actually survive a plane crash. Book a seat at the tail of the aircraft. This is because passengers in the tail have a 40% higher survival rate. Then count the number of seats between you and the exit row. This is because if the plane crashes, it could be smoky and confusing, so knowing how far the exit is will help. If the plane crashes on land, then don't try to rescue your belongings right away. Instead, get at least 500 feet upwind from the wreckage as a fire or explosion could happen at any time. But before I tell you what to do if it crashes in water, if you want to prank someone by changing what their messages say, then go here on my profile. Make sure you put your life jacket on, but do not inflate it straight away. This is because if the plane starts to fill with water, the life jacket will force you up against the cabin roof, leaving you trapped. Instead, hold your breath and swim out of the plane and then inflate your life jacket. Here's 5 dream signs you should never ignore. Being unable to move. If you are either stuck in something or paralyzed, it suggests that you are stifled from taking on too much responsibility. Being submerged in water. This is a clear sign that you are letting emotions make decisions for you. Being buried alive. Feeling powerless or not being able to scream or breathe can be a sign that there is confusion and conflict in your life. Dying. This may symbolize your desire to escape your responsibilities and burdens in life. Recurring dreams. This means your mind is wanting you to take notes and is using the power of repetition to tell you something important for your personal growth. Here's how claw machines are actually rigged. When you take a look at the manuals of some of the machines, you can find their algorithm. This is when we can see exactly how they are rigged. Firstly, the owner will input the cost per play, average cost per toy, and the desired profit they want. The algorithm will then work out how many plays are required to achieve this profit until it is allowed to let someone win. However, this is all randomized, so people can't work out when and when not to play. The machine is also programmed to drop the toys right before you're about to win them, making you want to play more. Here's what actually happens if you hold your pee too long. Consistently holding it can lead to you losing control of when you go. This means when you finally do go, you might not empty your bladder entirely. This will cause your bladder to fill up more quickly, making you go to the toilet more often. And it can also lead to a serious disorder called urinary retention. This is where you end up having too much urine in your bladder for too long and begin to breed harmful bacteria. But before I tell you the worst part, if you want to prank someone by changing what their messages say, then go here on my profile. If you retain too much urine, then it might actually back up into your kidneys, causing kidney failure and even death.